Tato mam tattvato jnatva Vishate tadanantaram Bhaktya mam abhijanati Yavanyāścāsmi tattvataha Tato mam tattvato jnatva Vishate tadanantaram Bhaktya mam abhijanati Yavanyāścāsmi tattvataha Tato mam tattvato jnatva Vishate tadanantaram Holy. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Srila Prabhupada. One can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me, by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna and his plenary portions cannot be understood by mental speculation nor by the non-devotees. If anyone wants to understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has to take to pure devotional service under the guidance of a pure devotee. Otherwise, the truth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead will always be hidden. As already stated in Bhagavad Gita, Naham Prakasha Sarvasya, he is not revealed to everyone. No one can understand God simply by erudite scholarship or mental speculation. Only one who is actually engaged in Krishna consciousness and devotional service can understand what Krishna is. University degrees are not helpful. One who is fully conversant with Krishna science becomes eligible to enter into the spiritual kingdom, the abode of Krishna. Becoming Brahman does not mean that one loses his identity. Devotional service is there, and as long as devotional service exists, there must be God, the devotee, and the process of devotional service. Such knowledge is never vanquished, even after liberation. Liberation involves getting free from the concept of material life. In spiritual life, the same distinction is there, the same individuality is there, but in pure Krishna consciousness. One should not mistakenly think that word Visate enters into me, supports the monist theory that one becomes homogeneous with the impersonal Brahman. No, Visate means that one can enter into the abode of the Supreme Lord in one's individuality to engage in his association and render service unto him. For instance, a green bird enters a green tree not to become one with the tree, but to enjoy the fruits of the tree. Impersonalists generally give the example of a river flowing into the ocean and merging. This may be a source of happiness for the impersonalist. But the personalist keeps his personal individuality like an aquatic in the ocean. We find so many living entities within the ocean. If you go deep, surface acquaintance with the ocean is not sufficient. One must have complete knowledge of the aquatics living in the ocean depths. Because of his pure devotional service, a devotee can understand the transcendental qualities and the opulences of the Supreme Lord in truth. As it is stated in the 11th chapter, only by devotional service can one understand. The same is confirmed here. One can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead by devotional service and enter into His kingdom. After attainment of the Brahmabhuta stage of freedom from material conceptions, devotional service begins by one's hearing about the Lord. When one hears about the Supreme Lord, automatically the Brahmabhuta stage develops and material contamination, greediness and lust for sense enjoyment disappears. As lust and desire disappear from the heart of a devotee, he becomes more attached to the service of the Lord, and by such attachment, he becomes free from material contamination. In that state of life, he can understand the Supreme Lord. This is statement of Bhagavatam. After liberation, the process of bhakti or transcendental service continues. The Vedanta Sutra confirms, Aprayanat tatrapihi drishtam. This means that after liberation, this process of devotional service continues. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, real devotional liberation is defined as the reinstatement of the living entity in his own identity, his own constitutional position. The constitutional position is already explained. Every living entity is a part and parcel, fragmental portion of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, his constitutional position is to serve. After liberation, this service is never stopped. Actual liberation is getting free from misconceptions of life. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Savatama Bhutale Swayambhuva Karamaya Dadati Svatantikam Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Guravatam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsa Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Savanadata Shri Krishna Savanamsya Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandhu Jagapade Gopesha Gopikānanda Radha Kanta Namaste Radha Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishvanusude Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vansha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaurabhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Anybody knows what is the definition of bhakti? Hare Krishna. खत्म हो गया. हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण. ये तो ऑन है. हरे कृष्ण. हरे कृष्ण. आ रहे हैं. हरे कृष्ण. What is the definition of bhakti?
Serving the Lord with love.
You shall service to deity.
Ah. What is the first line?
Bhakti means giving up all designations and becoming free from self-forget.
They giving up?
Giving up all designations and become free from all self-forget.
And engaging in the senses, in the servant of the, owner of the senses. बोलिए सर्वोपाद विनिर्मुक्तम तत्परत्वेन निर्मलम ऋषिकेन ऋषिकेश सेवनम भक्तिरुच्यते. You can note it down and you should by heart, this verse. What is that? Sarvopadi vinirmuktam. बोलिए तत्परत्वेन निर्मलम ऋषिकेन ऋषिकेश सेवनम भक्तिरुच्यते. Okay? Sarva upadi. Upadi means designation. What is the designation? Huh? Who are you? Who are you? Huh? Who are you? Huh?
I am eternal servant.
Yeah. If you say Shobha, right? Shobha Parab, right? Parab. Then you are a
Only flower.
Dasoham. I was there is one verse, in Bhagavatam, 10th canto. Kava Mukunda Mahatim Kularupa Sheela Vidya Vayo Dharinadamna Atmatulyam Dhiram Patim Kulavati Na Vrinita Kanya Kale Nishinga Naraloka Manuviramam. These two words very nicely explained. Dhira and Kulavati. Right? So, Dhira means one whose intelligence. Ra means Ramaniya, Ramante, Ranjana. One whose intelligence, Ramaniya means one dwells in, enjoys the beauty of Krishna. That is called Dhira. Dhira means one who enjoys Krishna's beauty. Right? That is one who is intelligent. Kulavati means, they have this Kula, Brahman Kula, Svaishya Kula. So that is one who is real Kulavati. Kulavati means, is explaining Prapanna Kula or Atma Kula. Prapanna Kula means one who is a surrendered devotee. Right? So he is always. So that is our designation is that Prapanna Kula. Right? If somebody asks what is your caste, what you should tell? Huh? Prapanna Kula. Yeah? We should not say I am Brahmin, I am Vaishya, I am Reddy, I am Gupta. Right? What is our caste? Prapanna Kula, Atma Kula. So we are Atmas. Prapanna means we are Atma. So, in Madhya Lila, I think first chapter, second chapter, there is a chapter called Deliverance of Sarum Bhattacharya. Right? So this chapter we should read at least 10-15 times. Very interesting read. Sarum Bhattacharya is a very world famous Mayavadi, Nyai, logician, very famous for teaching logic, Nyaya Shastra. Even though he was a Grahastha, sannyasis also used to come and learn from him. Very expert. Anyway, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first time he came to Jagannath Puri, he tried to embrace Lord Jagannath because he was so much in ecstasy. Then he fell unconscious. Then Sarum Bhattacharya brought him up. The security guards wanted to beat Lord Chaitanya because he was going and embracing Lord Jagannath. They did not recognize. So Sarum Bhattacharya understood that this is alaukika, saundaryam. Alaukika saundaryam means incomparable beauty. Right? When somebody sees a girl, they don't see how what good qualities she has. Right? First thing they see is beauty. Right? So, what is Saundarya? Saundarya means one which gives happiness to us. That is called Saundarya. Krishna is known as Bhuvana Sundara. Bhuvana Sundara means he is so beautiful, he gives happiness to everybody. Whoever, even the demons also, they get attracted to the beauty of Krishna. That is there. Anyway, Lord Chaitanya, so it's a long history, we can go and read. So then Mahaprabhu, Sarum Bhattacharya said, he belonged to lower category of sannyas. I will elevate him to higher category of sannyas. I will teach him Vedanta Sutra. So he taught him Vedanta Sutra. Mahaprabhu did not speak one word. For 7 days he taught him. Then 8th day, Sarum Bhattacharya said, you don't ask any questions. You are understanding or not? Mahaprabhu said, I understand Vedanta Sutra, but the nonsense you are speaking, I don't understand. Then he gave a very beautiful explanation of Krishna conscious philosophy, defeating Mayavad philosophy. The main points of his arguments are Mukhya Vritti and Gauna Vritti. Means, always remember, these Mayavadis, they take secondary meaning of all the words in Vedas. But Mahaprabhu said, take the primary meaning of all the words in Vedas. For example, like Prabhupada gives this example. What is the first verse of Bhagavad Gita? Dharmakshetre Samaveta Yusava Mamaka Pandavasya Kimakurvati. So this is a very meaning is there that there is place called Kurukshetra, which is Dharmakshetra. There, Pandavas and Kauravas assembled. Dhritarashtra asked, what my sons and Pandu's sons are doing. This is a direct meaning. So these Mayavadis, they say, Dharmakshetra means body, Kurukshetra means body, Pandavas means these 5 senses. This is called interpretation. Like that for everything they take, you know. So Mahaprabhu said, just like when Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Manmana bhav madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Okay? This verse comes 2 times. Okay? So the direct meaning is, think of me. Okay? Manmana, madbhakta, become my devotee. Madhyaji, worship me. Mam namaskuru, offer obeisance to me. Then secondary meaning, what they say, these Mayavadis, they say, actually you don't have to think of Krishna. There is something inside Krishna. When Krishna is directly saying that think of me, that means you think of Krishna. That's it, right? For that there is no interpretation is required. Right? So all this Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, they have to be understood with a direct meaning. There are some chapters, you know, analogical, allegorical, you know, in 4th canto Bhagavatam, Narada Muni spoke allegorically. So for that we have to interpret. Right? Puranjana means, Pura means body, Puranjana means one who lives in this body. All that. He himself gives the meanings of all the, you know, allegorical statements that he gave. That is, otherwise in general, so we should, that is the, right? Then another argument Mahaprabhu made was, Vivartavada and Parinamvada. You know? Vivartavada and Parinamvada. Huh? You must study, you know? You know? Vivartavada and Parinamvada. Huh? Yeah, what is Vivartavada and Parinamvada? Huh?
We are changing, keep changing. It's a body.
No. Parinamvada means, they say that when God becomes this world, God becomes this world. So when God expands himself to this world, then he loses his existence. You know, that is material conception. You understand? Parinamvada. Vivartavada means illusion. You know? Like, I see a snake in the darkness. I see a rope in the darkness. I think that it is a snake. That is called Vivartavada. Mahaprabhu condemned it because he says that even though Krishna expands into this world, he doesn't change. His individuality, he remains as one, Krishna. But he is expanding himself through his energies. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagada vektamutina. Masla, you understand? Huh? Are you understanding? Parinamvada? Yeah? It is a mistake. Looking at a snake, looking at a rope and to think that it is a snake, it is a mistake. Mahaprabhu explained that Shankaracharya, he gave this Vivartavada, saying that this world is false. We think that it is true, just like seeing a rope as a snake. Prabhupada gave this argument that seeing a rope as a snake is a mistake. It is not untrue. Because you have an idea what is a snake. Then you have an idea what is a rope. You are mistaking a rope for a snake. That means there is a snake also exists. Unless there is a snake existed, you don't mistake a rope for a snake. To think that the body is the self is illusion. But anything that is connected to Krishna cannot be illusion. You know why? This world is coming from Krishna, right? Then it cannot be illusion. Why? Because illusion come from truth. From truth only will come. Na? Just because this world is temporary, it doesn't mean that it is illusion. Just like the body is temporary, it doesn't mean that it is illusion. Because if body is there, there is a lot of pain is also there. Right? Even modern philosophers, they discuss, why people suffer from pain. Somebody who has a cancer, they suffer unlimited. There is something called morphine, You give regular morphine injections also, especially these leukemia patients. Oh my God, they suffer like anything. Unbearable pain. One devotee had suffered this. He was praying that let me die. These stupid people, they say, "Arey, he's a very brave person. He is fighting cancer." Nobody can fight cancer,
He is suffering.
Right? They just use words, language, word jugglery. Anyway, so they say, why there is pain in this world? Pain is there because this body is real. It's not illusion. Anyway, very interesting. You can read those chapters. Then Mahaprabhu said, Shankaracharya was advised by Lord Krishna. Lord Shiva was ordered by Lord Krishna to teach this Mayavad philosophy, to delude people. In Vrindavan, if you go to in rainy season, or I don't know if here also, sweet shops people, in order to drive away the flies, they put some net, right? Some light and to drive away the, like that. This Mayavadi philosophy is like that. For bhakti is like a sweet shop. And this Mayavad philosophy is just like that, net, to keep away these fly-like demons from becoming devotees. So, anyway. So, Sarvabhattacharya was shocked to hear all these things. He could not reply to all the arguments of Lord Chaitanya. So, Sarvabhattacharya, he is an incarnation of Brihaspati. So, Brihaspati, Prabhupada said, he is an impersonalist. This impersonalism is very, very deep rooted. Very deep rooted. We may be sitting here hearing about Krishna Katha, but some of us, we may be impersonalists. Very dangerous. So, he is a guru of Indra, Devatas, and he was seeing, he was, many times they saw Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu keeps coming to Devaloka, then he keeps incarnating. Vaman Dev lives there only, Devaloka. But Brihaspati was an impersonalist. Vasistha, he gave Namkaran to Lord Ramchandra, guru of Surya Vamsa, but he is a Mayavadi. He is an impersonalist. Right? You know? Vasistha is famous for writing. He wrote a book, Yoga Vasistha. Right? In our house, my mother and all, they used to study. This is a big time Mayavadi book. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he used to offer a lot of respect to Advaita Acharya because he was very senior in age. Advaita Acharya did not like it that Mahaprabhu would come and offer obeisances. He would consider him as his guru because Advaita Acharya was worshipping Lord Chaitanya as God. So he started reading Yoga Vasistham, Advaita Acharya. When Mahaprabhu heard that Advaita Acharya is reading Yoga Vasistham, he took a stick and beat him. He said, then Advaita Acharya said, I am very happy now. You chastised me. Then Mahaprabhu felt very ashamed. So Mahaprabhu, he would not. Once Mahaprabhu, he was doing this, Sat Praharani Leela, 21-hour pastime. All of you? Wait, huh? Every year we go. 21-hour Leela. Huh? 21 hours Leela he did. So during that Leela, he was blessing everybody. He was giving darshan to everybody, his original form. Then everybody, he is calling everybody and giving benediction. Then somebody asked, Mahaprabhu, you are not calling Mukunda? He said, I am not calling him. He said, why? Because he is a rascal. Why? Sometimes he worships me with garland, sometimes he beats me with a broom. I said, why? Because jaisa hava behta hai, when Vaishnavas are there, he sits in Vaishnava Sangha and hears Krishna Katha. When Mayavadis are there, he goes to Mayavadis and hear Mayavadi Katha. Even ISKCON nowadays, it became very fashion. Sarva Dharma Sauhardam, all that. Some of these gurus also, they go and associate with these Mayavadis. There is Karoli Baar, Neem Karoli, yeah. Big time child abuser and all that. Krishna Das, like that. It's okay. So, Prabhupada condemned it. Mahaprabhu would beat them with a broom, actually. So, Mahaprabhu said, I will not give him mercy because sometimes he associates with Mayavadis, sometimes he associates with devotees. So sometimes he puts garland around me, sometimes he beats me with a broom. Then Mukunda was crying. Then Srivas Thakur, he asked, when will Mahaprabhu show mercy on me? Then Mahaprabhu said, after 1,000,000 years. Then he started dancing in ecstasy. He said, then Mahaprabhu asked, why are you dancing? He said, there is a figure you gave, na? You gave a figure, na? At least I have a hope that after 1,000,000 years you will. Then Mahaprabhu called you, okay. Because Mukunda, you have so much faith in my words. I'm forgiving all your offense. Come. Like that. Anyway, so what I'm saying, we are very, very fortunate that we are, we came in the association of Prabhupada and his books, and Prabhupada keeps condemning Mayavad philosophy. This personal philosophy, personalist philosophy is the highest. Right? By mistake also, in this word, why I am saying this, in this verse, there is Vishade Tad antaram, it came. Vishade Tad antaram. So, they say, we all will go and merge with the, all these Mayavadis, they interpret this verse that, see, Krishna is saying, Vishade Tad antaram. Right? So, we will not merge with the Supreme Personality of God, Brahman or whatever. So, Prabhupada gave this example, just like a green parrot goes into the meadows of green meadows, green garden, green bush. It looks like it merged with the garden bushes, but actually it separately exists. Like that, an individual soul never goes and merges with the super soul or Brahman or whatever. If it is so, then this entire Mayavad philosophy is wrong, because if you accept Mayavad philosophy, then we have to condemn Bhagavad Gita knowledge. Because in Krishna, in Bhagavad Gita, he says that Mamaivamsho Jivaloke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. Sanatana means eternal. If you agree that the soul goes and merges with the super soul and loses its individuality, that means it is not Sanatana. Then it is Bhagavad Gita wrong. Knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is wrong. But knowledge of Bhagavad Gita is not wrong. That means they are wrong. You understand, Mother? They are wrong. The soul doesn't go and merge with the super soul. Never. That is why Prabhupada quoted Madhvacharya that anybody who teaches that soul and the super soul are different, he becomes very pleased to Krishna. So we all should go and preach, because in India, whole India is contaminated with this Mayavad philosophy that after liberation the soul goes and merges with the super soul. Anyway, one very interesting pastime has happened. After this whole episode, another main point that Mahaprabhu made was, you are saying that the Supreme Personality of Godhead who has 6 opulences, that Supreme Brahman who has 6 opulences. You are saying it is impersonal? He has full 6 opulences. Is the most beautiful, right? So, then what happened? Then he gave darshan of Shadbhuja Gauranga. You know, anybody? You know Shadbhuja Gauranga? You know? Shadbhuja Gauranga? Shadbhuja Gauranga means 3 forms. 6 armed Lord Chaitanya. 2 arms Krishna, 2 arms Ramchandra, 2 arms Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shadbhuja Gauranga. Then he showed his original form of Radha and Krishna, Shyamsundar form. Then Sarvabhattacharya fainted in ecstasy. Then Mahaprabhu said, okay. Mahaprabhu went next day, he went to Jagannath temple and he took darshan early in the morning. He took Mahaprasad of Lord Jagannath and then he came to meet Sarvabhattacharya. As soon as Mahaprabhu entered, Sarvabhattacharya woke up saying the word Shri Hari, Shri Hari, Krishna Krishna loudly. Then Mahaprabhu entered and gave him Mahaprasad of Lord Jagannath. He quoted 2 verses from Padma Purana, which is the meaning of that even if Mahaprasad is dry or it is stale or it was brought from far off place, as soon as you receive Mahaprasad, you must accept it. Another verse he says that there is no Deshakala Patra, Natatra Niyamo, means there is no rules regarding Desha or Kala. This is the order of Krishna that an intelligent person should immediately accept Mahaprasad without any consideration of Deshkal Patra, time, place and circumstance. As soon as you receive Mahaprasad, you must accept it. Saying these 2 verses, immediately, even though he just got up from the bed, he just got up from the bed, he honored Mahaprasad. Immediately. He didn't wash his mouth, he didn't wash his feet, right? If you sleep after 6 hours, you are like a dead man. You have to take bath and you have to wash your mouth and all that. But without doing all this Purashcharya, he simply ate Mahaprasad, honored Mahaprasad. Mahaprabhu, he saw the Sarvabhattacharya accepting Mahaprasad like this. He became ecstatic. Then he embraced Sarvabhattacharya. Then he said, today my life has become perfect. Mahaprabhu is saying, my life has become perfect. Because Sarvabhattacharya developed such intense faith in Mahaprasad. Then he explained what is the meaning of Mahaprasade Govinde. Namo Brahmane Vaishnave Svalpa Punyam Batang Rajan Vishwasana Vijayate. You know the meaning of this verse? Huh? Anybody knows? Everybody, all of you say this, chant this mantra or not? While honoring Prasad? Do you know the meaning? Huh, Pooja?
I tell that 3 times.
That is for offering. Honoring Prasad?
Brahman is also God.
Mahaprasade Govinde, Govinda, Namo Brahmane Vaishnava. Right? 4 things. Right? Mahaprasade Govinde, Namo Brahmane Vaishnava. Means Mahaprasad, Govinda, Brahmana and Vaishnava. Svalpa Punya Vatangraja Vishwasana Vijayate. If somebody has less faith, less punya, he will not have faith in these 4 things. What are they?
Govinda, Ramana and
Vaishnava. Sarubhattaracharya. Now, today, you have given a bodily concept of life. So, you have become eligible to become surrendered to Krishna. To surrender to Krishna, you become eligible to surrender to Krishna. Then he quoted a verse from second canto Bhagavatam which says that those who are in bodily concept of life and they die, their bodies are fit to be eaten by jackals and foxes. If somebody says that if I think that I am an Andhra, I am Hindu, I am an Indian, that means my body should be fit to be eaten by jackals and foxes. Shiar, shiar bolte na, shiar. Shiar or fox ki kya bolte? Lombdi. So next time you if I think that I am a man, if I think that I am a woman, if I think that I am an Indian, if I think that I am a Hindu, if I think that I am a Brahmana, that means you are your body is fit to be eaten by jackals and foxes. I have explained this only in very briefly, as much as I remember. So you just read this very interesting, So I understood. That means we all keep talking, surrender, surrender. Right? We can surrender only when we become free from self-realized. This is what in this verse, 2 verses it is said. Brahmabhuta prasannatma na shochati na kankshati samas sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. When I surrender, how can I, when my devotional service will start? When I give up my bodily concept of life, when I become Brahma Bhuta, when I give up Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam, when I become free from designations, when my kula is Prapanna Kula, right? I should belong to Prapanna Kula. Then Krishna is saying, those who perform this kind of devotional service, they will understand me as I am. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavanyas chasmi tatvatah tato mam tatvato jnatva vishate tad antaram. Right? What kind of bhakti we should perform? Anyabilashita sunyam jnana karmadi anavritam anukulena krishnaanusilena bhakti uttama. This is another verse all of you should remember. What is that? Say, Anyavilashita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavritam Anukulena Krishnaanusilana Bhakti Uttama. What is pure devotional service? Given in Bhakti Rasam Sindhu. Rupa Goswami. I think this verse is prevalent even otherwise also. I don't think this is composed by Rupa Goswami, but quoted in Bhakti Rasam Sindhu, and then our movement is based on this verse. Anyabilashita Sunya. Jnana karmadi anavritam. What kind of jnana we should be free from? This Mayavad philosophy, impersonalist philosophy, we should free from. Karma. Prabhupada writes in this regard that Anyabhilashita sunyam it is said, but jnana karmadi sunyam it was not said. Right? All of you are doing karma, right? So we have to perform karma. But if you give your the fruits of your activities to Krishna, that karma you can perform. Which karma you should be free from? Kamya karma. Fruitive activities for which you want to enjoy the fruits of your activities. That karma you should give up. Kamya karma you should give it up. Right? That is the meaning of Jnana karmadi anavritam. Right? Because Prabhupada says we cannot live in this world without doing karma. Right? Just like constructing the temples, that is karma. That kind of karma we cannot be free from. Right? That kind. But that karma which you are doing vrata to enjoy some sense gratification. Right? We should avoid. Like Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna. That is one verse, is there? Yeah? Then this jnana also, we are not bereft of Bhqgavad jnana. Right? We should not shy away from reading Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, acquiring knowledge of Krishna, acquiring knowledge of the soul, acquiring knowledge of bhakti. We should not be free. We should not shy away. But what knowledge we should be free from? Mayavad philosophy, where it says that Atma and Paramatma, they are one. Jiva Brahmaika Aikyam, they say. Right? So the most bogus philosophy, how can Jiva, Prabhupada writes in Krishna book, what is Jivatma and Paramatma? What is Jivatma and Atma? Anybody know? Remembers? Mataji, you remember? Jivatma and Atma. What is the difference? Jivatma means one who is indulging in sense gratification is Jivatma. Atma means one who is engaging in Krishna service is Atma. Originally Prabhupada says Atma also name of Krishna only, but he has given this for our usage. That's why we are called Jivatma. But actually the Atma also, the word Atma also Krishna only. That's why we are called Jivatma. We can become Atma, right? Right now we are all Atma because we are hearing Krishna Katha. But when you sit in front of TV and watch serials, then you are Jiva. When you are honoring Prasadam, you are Atma. But if you are eating in a hotel or Pav Bhaji, Juhu Beach, then you are like that. So we have to transfer ourselves from Jivatma to Atma. So to the extent you are engaged in Krishna service, you are Atma. Prabhupada writes in 7th canto Bhagavatam, 8th chapter, that Na kevalam me bhavtasrajan, savai balam balinam chaparesham. This famous verse is there. Prabhupada says, it takes millions of lifetimes. What? It takes millions of lifetimes to accept the subordinate position of the Atma. That I am a servant of Krishna. Otherwise, we are all thinking, I am a Prabhu. Then Prabhupada gives very nice example. Nice, he says, Krishna is the Prabhu, real Prabhu. Without his mercy in this world, we cannot become a Prabhu. Sometimes we, right? I am a head pujari. I am Prabhu for so many years. Somebody is a Prabhu as a president, so many years. So without the mercy of Krishna, we could not have remained there. So if somebody has become a Prabhu, that means somebody has become a prime minister or somebody became a president. That means they received the mercy of Krishna. Prabhu. So then Prabhupada says, it takes millions of lifetimes to come to this, to accept the subordinate position of a soul, Atma. That I am an eternal servant of Krishna. And this, the eternal servant of Krishna means even after liberation, we continue to serve Krishna. Not that, I go and merge with Krishna and then I become God. Prabhupada says, the atoms, they go and mix with the ocean. They don't become harmonious, indigenous, like harmonious. You just like you can actually evaporate the water. Suppose you add some water to a big volume of water. You can evaporate water, right? That means it will become. So the Atma doesn't go and mix with the super soul. It cannot. This Vishade Tad antaram, people they misinterpret. So we have to be very, very careful. So Anyabhilashita. Bolo? Yadidasyasi me kaman. You remember now? Bolo? Ah. The Nakaprishtam you learned? Very good. कुछ तो फायदा हो रहा है. वेरी गुड. कुछ तो फायदा हो रहा है. मेरा इतना ब्लड चाहता है. अब सब लोग राइट. अन्याभिलाषिता शून्य मीन्स नो अदर डिजायर except serving Krishna. In this regard, there is for grahasthas, anyabhilashita sunya means sometimes there is a crisis. Wife is ill or husband is ill, children are ill. So that time we can pray to Krishna. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that that is emergent. In general, we don't ask anything from Krishna, but when there is some crisis, just like there is a financial loss, or somebody is ill, that times we pray to Krishna, please save us, because unless there is peace at home, and unless just like suppose somebody is very poverty stricken, they cannot perform devotional service. So if there is some loss in business or something, they can pray to Krishna, please save us. Or if there is some illness or something, they can pray to Krishna. Some extraordinary circumstances, we can pray to Krishna for relief. Otherwise, we don't have any desire, like, I want to become Indra. That is why I insist, offer this prayer, these two prayers every day. Nanaka Prishtam Nacha Paramishtam. I don't want to go to Swarga. I don't want to become Brahma. I don't want to go to Dhruvaloka. I don't want mukti. I don't want 8 kinds of perfection. So what do you want? I want. He already said, Aham Hare Tava Padaika Moolam Dasanudasa Bhavitashmi Bhuyaha. Right? Manas Maretashu Pater Gunamste Grinita Vakkarma Karot Kayaha. He already said, I want association of pure devotees. What do you want? Without, I don't want all these things. What do you want? I want to become a dust particle on your lotus feet. Or, so what do you want? Remove all the desire in the core of my heart, my dear Lord. If at all you want to give me benediction, O giver of the best of benediction, O best of the giver of benedictions, Varadarshaba, if at all you want to give me benediction, please remove the desire in the core of my heart. That is, that Anyavilashita Sunyam. Right? Anyavilashita Sunyam, Jnana Karmadi Anamritam. Right? Jnana and karma are there, but this material jnana and material karma are not there. But we are, karma and jnana have to be there. But sunyam, Abhilasha is sunyam. Then Krishna Anusilanam. Right? We should work favorably. Right? Unfavorable devotional service, who has performed? Kamsa. Right? Kamsa has performed unfavorable devotion. He is always remembering Krishna, but he is unfavorable. Right? We are Krishna Anusilanam. What is meant by Anusilanam? Bolo, Janudvip. What is Anusilanam?
Following the footsteps of
Krishna Anusilanam. Krishna Anusilanam means we must render service to Krishna. We are not lazy. We are active. So 24 hours devotional service. Our process is 24-hour devotional service. Right? Anusilanam. That is Anusilanam. Anusilanam means working for Krishna. Following the principles. Krishna. Krishna Anusilanam. Then Bhakti Ruttama. So when we perform that kind of devotional service, Krishna is saying, you can understand me as I am. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavanyaschasmi tattvataha tatomam tattvato jnata. One more verse you can remember, all of you. 10th canto, 14th chapter, 3rd verse. Jnane prayasa udapasya namanta eva jivanti sanmukaritam bhavadiya vartam sthane sthita shutigatam tanuvan manobir ye prayasi jita ajita asita istrilokya. You can learn this verse. 10, 14, 3rd, 3. You know Nanaka Pushtam, you learn? Huh? Say? Huh? This verse came 3 times, This verse came 3 times in Bhagavatam. First it came in 6th canto. Again, this Nagapatni is also the same thing. Na Nakapushtam na chaparamishtam. Then again, 11th canto, Krishna himself says, Na Nakapushtam na chaparamishtam. 3 times this verse came. Right? Anyway, the meaning of this verse is Jnane prayasa udapasya namanta eva jivanti sanmukaritam bhavadiya vartam sthane sthita shutigatam tanuvan manomir ye prayasa jita ajita asita is trilokya. Krishna is known as Ajita. He is unconquerable. But how to conquer Krishna? Brahmaji gave a principle, equation, formula. What is that? One must give up all kinds of mental speculative knowledge. Jnane prayasa udapasya. Completely we should reject all kinds of speculative knowledge. Jivanti. Jivanti means whatever livelihood that you are, you do something, for your livelihood. Jivanti. But while Sanmukaritam, Bhavadi Vartam, he is praying to Lord Krishna, Lord Brahma is praying to Lord Krishna. That Bhavadi Vartam. One should hear from the lips of a pure devotee your kathas. Bhavadi Varta. Sthane Sthita. Be situated wherever you are. If you are a woman, you are a woman. If you are a Brahmana, be situated as a Brahmana. If you are an engineer, remain an engineer. If you are a Brahmachari, remain Brahmachari. If you are a Grahastha, remain Grahastha. You don't have to change your situation, ashram. Sthane Sthita. But Shrutigatam. Tanuvan Manobir. Body, mind and words. Right? Body, with body we should offer obeisance to Bhagavatam. Body. With mind we should always think of the pastimes of Krishna. With ears, with mouth we should always glorify Krishna. Then Jivanti Sanmukaritam Bhavadi Varta E Prayasa Jita Ajita Asita is Trilokya. Then you can conquer Krishna, who is who is otherwise unconquerable. Very easy. How to conquer Krishna? Hear about him from the lips of a pure devotee. So that is why I always insist, read Prabhupada books, because he is a pure devotee. Right? So take a book of Prabhupada and read. Associate with Prabhupada. Prabhupada, like that. Then this is my realization. I have developed a faith that simply by reading Prabhupada books I will achieve my perfection in my life. So every day I read. So everything will come. Chanting is also, right now, chanting, our chanting is very bad. Right? You read Bhagavatam very nicely, your chanting will improve like anything. So that is you don't have to attend any seminars. They have japa seminars and japa retreat. No need to attend any japa retreat and seminars and all. Just read Bhagavatam, then after 1 or 2 years you will get the result. Right? It's very important. So that is the gist of this verse. Very important verse. Many acharyas commented very extensively on this verse. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavanyas-chasmi tatvata. Because very delicate, sensitive issue. Because Krishna said Vishade Tad antaram. Then everybody interprets that after that they will enter me. But Prabhupada has made it very clear. Vishade Tad antaram means they will enter the spiritual world. Golok Vrindavan. Okay? Next year we'll have lectures. 31st को है कुछ प्रोग्राम है? Don't go here and there.